Do you know your life purpose? Now, chances are you do. You see, it's always right at the surface of your life. It's dying to be expressed. And when you know what your life purpose is and choose to act on it, wonderful and amazing things start to happen. This is great. You don't have to go to Tibet. You don't have to travel around the world for 3 years looking for your life purpose. It's right there. You just have to know what questions to ask. So I'd like to take you through some short exercises. I'm going to ask you a few questions to help tease out your life purpose. Grab a pen and paper. And remember, you can press pause at any time you need to. When you have a pen and paper, come back and press play and we'll get started. Great. Here's the first question. What pushes your buttons? It's classic. Think about the things in your life today. Think about the things in your local life, and also take a big picture view around the world. I want you to identify the things that push your buttons. What drives you nuts? What makes you go crazy? What are the things that you see happening in the world today that strike a chord in you? They're unjust, they're unfair, they're hypocritical, counterproductive. You may perceive them as being just plain wrong. It's like somebody put a button on your chest and went, eh. They're hot buttons, okay? I want you to take your pen and paper and write down all the things, at least 3 to 5, that strike a chord in you as unjust, unfair, hypocritical, counterproductive, just plain wrong. Allow me to share some examples, okay? Before I share the examples, I don't want to sway you one way or the other. I just want to get your creative juices flowing. There's nothing wrong here, nothing right, nothing's too big, nothing's too small. I often hear hot buttons like this: war, the control of the media, the imbalance between rich and poor. I hear things like that all the time. They're wonderful. But I also hear things like this: bad cooking, traffic jams, ignorant people. Whatever it is, what's of consequence to you? Now that your creative juices are flowing, go ahead and write down 3 to 5 of your own hot buttons. Great. You should now have written down 3 to 5 hot buttons. Once you have that list, I want you to take a deep breath with me. Let it all go. Look at each hot button, and I want you to reframe it into its exact positive opposite. Here's some examples. If you wrote down war, ask yourself, what's the exact opposite of war? Well, it's peace. So you'd write down peace. If you wrote down fear, what's the exact opposite of fear? Well, perhaps it's love. If you wrote down bad cooking, the exact opposite would be, that's right, good cooking. You get the idea. Go ahead now, write down the exact positive opposite of each of your hot buttons. You should have a list when you're done of 3 to 5 positive statements. Go ahead and do that now. Wonderful. Now, looking at your list of 3 to 5 positive statements, I want you to write a short sentence. Begin the sentence like this: my life purpose is to help others experience more positive, positive, and positive. So for example, if you wrote down as your positive statement, wisdom and love, your life purpose would read like this: my life purpose is to help others experience more wisdom and love. It's that simple. Go ahead now and write your sentence. Wonderful. You should now have great insight into your life purpose. You see, you didn't even have to travel to Tibet. Congratulations.